that would be a first round lower bracket matchup that we would be watching, which I think is infinitely more exciting to see as a potential bottom half lower bracket run between our two teams. As you just saw, it's going to be Rookie and Xiaohao facing off. Looks like they've sent what appears to be Shun, but unfortunately I don't have a very large view. I just have my producer's OBS. All right. It is JDG chosen first by BLG. Interesting. It is Shun. Very funny. We get to see BLG JDG again. Another Group Ascend matchup that we got to see a few times throughout the regular season. But very, very interesting though now, because that means that JDG getting chosen first does mean that it's going to be a little spooky in my mind. That just means that the rest of this bracket is filled out, however, right? This does mean that our last matchup is going to be AL versus Weibo Gaming. Yeah, this makes sense. This was exactly what we were talking about, though. JDG, I think, a much weaker opponent than Weibo. I think that's Tarzan and Xiaohu that are the representatives here. No, it is Hope, actually. And Hope with glasses. Okay. I didn't know you had that like that, my brother. Okay. Hoka. Let's go. Xiaohu, as ever, knows this is probably a lower bracket run, but AL are looking shaky. So if Weibo can get some magic going. And that's our bracket. I gotta say, not too unsurprising from what we saw, but I'm just surprised we got a draw show tonight. Because, as you can tell, we did not think this was going to happen. Because this did not happen in Split 2. There's no reason for us to assume this could have happened immediately. Last time we waited for 30 minutes, nothing happened. We turn off the stream, and 15 minutes later, they just come out with a text post saying they chose off stage. So I'm glad to see that we got something from LPL.
Do we know seeds?
Do we know seeds? I mean, it should be the same seeds as they did last time. So imagine. Also, I don't think seeding really matters. I'm talking to our producer, Ilya's obviously right next to me. And yeah, make sure that you're staying tuned. Again, September 7th is when we're going to be back with the show. And we'll also have this posted over on LPL_English on Twitter. So make sure that you're following us for all updates regarding LPL. Okay, I think we're finally good to properly say goodbye this time. Currently, we are filling out the bracket as we generate a graphic for everybody at home. And thank you again for everybody. Again, play-ins. We now have 18 best of 5s before we end the regular split, the playoffs, and then another 3 best of 5. So for everybody at home, we are now 21 best of 5s away from the end of the LPL. I think kind of a sad story as we finish off the season. For all of us, it has been a pleasure to show off the rest of the LPL. As you can see, a graphic. Don't mind the edit at the bottom. We were just in a rush to make sure that we get this graphic out to you at home. And that is that is an insane bracket, by the way. Just think about the first round matchups. Imagine all the first round matchups go to plan. We're going to have Top Esports versus AL in the top half. And then you're going to have IG versus BLG again. Perfect way to set up these brackets, and any upsets then make this even more interesting. Thank you again for everybody who has joined us. Sorry for the last minute boot up of the stream. We're obviously here. We ended at 5 a.m., which I think is really impressive for a 3-game series here. And thank you to JDG for making it a quick night. I've been Elk. Thank you for joining us, and we'll see you again on the 7th. Goodbye.